ZHANG. Hi guys, it's Renee and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm reacting to episode 15 of Devil Judge. I can't believe we're on the second last episode. It feels surreal. And also just a quick reminder that I'm currently doing the voting for what should replace both Devil Judge and Beyond Evil. So if you have time and you haven't voted yet, please go check out the link in the pinned comment. Otherwise you can find it on the community tab. But yeah, I would really love everyone's feedback on what you think I should watch next. Before we do get into it, I just want to say a quick massive thank you to all my amazing patrons and channel members. And if you're interested in joining either of those for early access and uncut reactions to things like Devil Judge, the links for it will be in the description below, along with my social media and my PO box. And if you want to subscribe, that's always greatly appreciated. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. I don't know if I'm mentally in the right headspace to be watching this episode.
방금 법무부에서 긴급 형식 행정지 명령이 떨어졌습니다.
누구 지시입니까?
김가원 판사님이 조금 전에 기자회견을 하셨는데
We've discussed why I'm frustrated with this move, so I'm not gonna rehash it. But suffice to say, I feel it was not a good move to take away their only weapon against those in power. And without this weapon, there's nothing stopping them from being murdered. That's sad to say, but I mean, we've seen that they're okay with getting rid of people. So as soon as they're out of the spotlight, they're in danger. But what's troubling me right now is the fear that this is gonna enhance the man in the electrocution chair, that it's gonna enhance his belief, because the president promised that he would save him, even if it was the last minute, and he was just technically saved, and there's no proving that it wasn't by the president. So I feel like if he was maybe gonna talk before, he's definitely not going to talk now.
그게 사실입니까? 여기 김가원 판사가 이미 대법원에 관련 내용을 진술했고 진상조사위원회가 곧 열릴 예정입니다.
그럼 시범 재판은 어떻게 되는 겁니까?
I just absolutely despise it, because he, much like Judge O, has had this problem of seeming too naive for his own good, and it felt like he'd moved past that dangerous naivete, and yet it seems like he's back in it now.
이게 웬일입니까? 쟤들끼리 싸우고 난리가 났네.
You guys don't have room to talk.
Come back. Cheers. 축창한 쟤 생각보다 명줄이 기네.
Yeah, unfortunately. Can't believe I just said that.
축창 쟤가 결국 못 견디고 마지막에 이렇게 입을 뻥끗 할라 그랬으면 내가 전압을 최대로.
I hope they're starting to see who they're actually dealing with. Because this is very... this is just another step in extreme cruelness, which for some reason I think they were oblivious to up until this point. Yeah, that's not very tasteful, is it?
이야, 대단하십니다.
그래서 그렇게 여유만만하셨던 거군요. 감탄했습니다, 대통령.
How I wish someone could record that and show that to the guy in the chair, because he would talk so fast.
나는 저 정의로운 척하는 쟤네들 도대체 이해가 안 가. 지들끼리 발목 잡고 결국 잘난 척하는 지들끼리 엎어지고 자빠지고.
Unfortunately, he's not incorrect there.
뭐야 저게, 이해가 안 가. 이겨야지.
He's making enemies and I don't think he realizes that.
판사님.
들러리고 뭐건 상관없어. 그래도 나 부장님 진짜 믿었었는데.
Yeah,
나랑은 다른 진짜 훌륭한 판사라.
and I think that's kind of the problem that we as viewers might have as well. I mean, like for me, it's the thing of you don't agree with the method, but the end result for the most part had been positive in a way that was morally relatively easy to live with, but the means obviously was messed up and then it started getting dangerous.
제가 강요한 판사를 처음 만난 것은 처음 뵙겠습니다.
I'm really intrigued because I'm hoping that maybe him reviewing this while writing the affidavit gives him some clarity on things that might help them win the fight. I don't know. Or maybe might help him make a different decision.
왜 그러십니까? 아니야. 김광훈 판사라고 했지. 네, 잘 부탁드립니다, 반영해. 전쟁 영관. 대체 왜 이런 일들을 하는 겁니까?
Come on, you can't be looking at this the same way that you had at the start. Not with everything that you now know of the man.
슬프지만 현실은 정의 따윈 없어. 게임만 있을 뿐이지. 지독하게 불공정.
Isn't that the watch that Kang Yo-han gave him? Because I had a thought about that watch while I was rewatching, ironically, just in terms of like symbolism. We love a little bit of symbolism, but it was interesting to me upon rewatch realizing that he continuously rejected Suna's attempts to wear the necklace that belonged to his brother and then to him, and yet we see Kang Yo-han reclaiming his brother's watch and then gifting Kim Go-eun a watch shortly after, and it's not the same watch. I know it's not, but this like significance and again the symbolism of it to me was interesting, especially if we go by the kind of like theory that I've had of like showing connection to people through the jewelry, like we had with Judge O and the necklaces and so on. So
도련님이 대단하지. 바보형 제거하고는 의심 안 받도록 그 딸내미는 멋있게 안고 나와서 영웅 코스프레.
the thing is, I still want some clarity on the fire because I still want to believe that he didn't purposefully kill his brother. I just don't quite see that happening. I could see him setting the fire in his own twisted way to show his brother what kind of people he's dealing with, or to maybe like disrupt the proceedings so that he could talk sense into his brother or something like that. But I don't see him outright killing his brother, and who knows, maybe I'm gonna be very unpleasantly surprised in the next episode or two, but I'm still choosing to cling to that hope for now.
난 가장 빠른 방법을 택했을 뿐인데 그들을 위해.
Ooh, interesting lighting choice.
작별 인사하러 왔습니다. 말씀드렸죠. 부장님이 돌이킬 수 없는 곳까지 가는 걸 보고 싶지 않다고.
I just realized, and I don't know why it took me this long to put the two pieces together, but he is basically trying to be the person that Suna was for him when his parents passed away. Or like, you know, when he saw the con man and almost stabbed the man to death. How the tables have turned.
인간의 나약함을 이용하는 건 악마나 하는 짓이에요. 다시 말.
Back to this. I'm so frustrated because on the one hand I feel like Gohan has very good points, but I still feel like there's more to this than he is allowing himself to see.
비록 나약하지만 망설일 줄 알고 멈출 줄 아는 게 인간이니까요. 안 그러면 똑같은 괴물들만 남을 뿐이니까요. 자기 연민에 빠진 괴물들.
I have some problems with this reasoning because in a way I don't disagree with him, but also he kind of, I thought, knew going into this that Kan Johan was of the mindset that to fight monsters you have to become one. I think they might have said something similar to that at one point even. And it's frustrating that he was all in for it until he saw the reality of it, and that's where I think his naivete is coming back to bite him. My biggest problem right now is that Kim Ga-eun doesn't have a better solution. So now he's becoming part of the problem because he doesn't like the only solution available.
너도 그래? 내가 무서운가?
She really likes grabbing people by the throat. He can't do it.
나약한 패배자 새끼.
You say while almost crying because you don't want to actually.
그간의 시범 재판이 조작되어 왔다는 충격적인.
So I can't say I'm shocked, but I am disappointed, and I really hope that they end up working together in the end, but unfortunately I don't think it's one that we're gonna get.
강요한 판사를 향한 부정적인 여론이 강해지고 있습니다.
맞지 내 실력. 현정아, 네 남편 얼마나 위대한지 알겠지?
Wow. So I think I just realized what this man's biggest talent as a president is taking credit for other people's decisions and work.
창이잖아. 완전 대박. 이게 다 내가 미리 씨앗을 뿌려놔서 지금 이렇게 아름다운 열매가 맺은 거 아니야.
I take back what I said. He's not taking credit for other people's hard work. He is the scumbag all by himself. Yeah, he does seem to be
위대한
kind of.
대한민국 민족 순수 혈통. 이거 우리 인터넷 방송 시작할 때 컨셉 잡은 거야.
Seems like he's kind of losing touch with reality a little bit.
역사에 이름을 남기는 거. 역사라는 거대하고 찬란한 이 크레딧에 영원한 주연으로 이름을 때려 박아 새겨 넣는 거.
I mean, your name can go down in history for very bad things. Just remember that that's also an option.
뉴스 봤어.
그래?
근데 가오는 이제 안 오겠네.
Is it bad that this is what upsets me the most, is the fact that their found family is now back to rubble, basically? Because unfortunately I don't think this is gonna end with Kan Johan and Elia being okay together. Like, I think one of them something's gonna happen to one of them.
자,
I'm scared for whatever choices he's gonna start making now.
불쌍한 사랑이에요.
내 말을 안 믿는 게 아니라 믿고 싶지 않은 게로구나.
교수님.
알았다. 힘든 하루였지. 쉬어라.
I'm so disappointed in the professor, even though I know logically I shouldn't be, because from his perspective, everything that he's doing makes sense.
나 허중세가 역사 앞에서 고독한 결단을 내리면 나머지 니들 인간들은 그냥 따르기만 하면 되는 거야. 알아? 그리고 너 옛날부터.
See, and this is why I hear her music starting to play the like Jaws music. I don't know if that's an accurate association, but every single time I hear that music I just think of that. But this is why I felt so frustrated, because they had the perfect opportunity to get rid of him in the previous episode and have her step in, and they didn't take it. No, they had to give me another episode for him to just keep on getting on my nerves.
이건 혁명이야. 대한민국이라는 국가를 바로 세우는 레볼루션 혁명이라고.
근데 뒷감당은 생각해 보셨나요?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't thought about all the like minimum wage workers that he's kind of proposing to be gotten rid of, so that only the people who quote unquote contribute to society are the ones left behind. Because the thing is, when can you designate someone as not contributing to society? It's a very dangerous game to play, and it's one that they have condemned Kan Yo-han for playing, and yet now it's okay because it's them.
광화문에 전차 부대 쫙 깔고 공수부대 걔네들 다 동원해서 왜 그러면 안 돼? 옛날에 그러고 살았잖아 우리.
Ooh, is that a backless suit?
이사장님.
You guys keep laughing, but just remember that if you think someone else is disposable, you're probably just as disposable.
저희 태극기 옆에 가서 좀 서 있어. 걸리적거리지 말고.
Where is this confidence coming from, though? Like, it's a interesting display, but I wish we had seen like little hints that she was turning his forces against him in terms of like the staff and everything like that, because otherwise I don't feel like it's reasonable for her to be as confident abusing the president as she is.
이거 다 비즈니스야. 혁명은 돈이 안 돼. 역사도 돈이 안 되지. 그런 짓을 재단이 왜 밀어주겠니? 멍청하게는.
Is she implying that she's been working with his wife, I'm assuming?
그거 아니겠어? 우리 위대하신 대통령 각하라든지.
그래. 두 분 생각은 어떠신가요?
뭐 좀 힘이 나셨더구만.
That's a very polite way of putting his antics up until now.
우리 대통령 각하 진짜 바이러스를 유포할 생각이었더라고요. 서울에.
아우, 이 또라이 어떡하냐 이거?
야, 미친 거 아니야?
Interesting leverage. I appreciate that came into this discussion.
그 오염된 상품을 어디다 팔라고?
비즈니스 마인드가 부족해. 예술가시라.
Ouch, I feel kind of offended by that.
플랜 B 생각해둬야 되겠어요. 좀 더 안정적인 엘리트로.
AKA herself or his wife. I feel
대통령.
as if the only person who he couldn't go up against would be his wife, which is why I'm like, she would probably be quite a good person to bring into the fold, but I wonder if Suna would be able to confidently control her. Why is he moaning? Why is he moaning instead of talking? Like, what's going on? Did she cut out his tongue? desk just been here the entire time and I've never noticed it? Am I that unobservant?
대신 허세 부리지 말고 난 지금 일생일대의 기회를 주는 거야. 감옥에 가는 대신 청와대로 갈 기회.
Sorry, let me just... I got distracted by trying to focus on what they were saying. But the good/bad thing is I know that she probably if she's smart, which supposedly she is. I mean, the past 14 episodes would suggest that, but she has blind spots that are a bit unpredictable sometimes. So I can't say with confidence that this is the case, but if she is smart, she won't touch Elia because it's Elia's good leverage while alive, and if Kang Yo-han has nothing left to lose, he's a bigger threat. But I still can't help but fear that she's going to do something to Elia.
언제나 열심히 발버둥 치거든. 채울 수 없는 허기를 채우려 하고 가질 수 없는 걸 감히 가져보려고 하는.
Every single time I think this man has like an ounce of self-preservation left in him, he just goes and he pokes the bear a little bit more. That's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't expect her to get that emotional. But yeah, this is gonna mean like the final war, even though I thought we were already at that step long ago. Are you coming to realize something? Or am I overly optimistic here? I have to say, I don't know how things are going to be turned around by this point, and I don't even know if it's something I should be hoping for. It would be so satisfying if he took them down with just truths at this point, but again, I think I'm hoping for too much. And again, I still can't see how any of this would turn out okay.
저는 죄인입니다. 저에게 돌을 던져주십시오.
Okay, so before we see whatever fallout is about to happen, that's interesting because he's technically telling the truth. I don't think he necessarily believes what he's saying in terms of the remorse. I think he's sorry that he got caught. But it's interesting because this is the one thing that I think I kind of thought about at the start of the show, is this idea of starting a revolution because of perceived injustice. And I wonder if this admittance of fault is going to invoke that in the general public of like, oh, you know, they're using Kang Yo-han as their scapegoat while all of their hands are as dirty as his. At least he had the guts to admit it. You know, that kind of a justification in the public mind that could, it could really ruin a nation depending on how inflammatory it gets.
강요한 판사를 향한 국민들의 지지는 여전합니다. 현재 대한민국 곳곳에서 강요한 판사를 지지하는 움직임이 드러나고 있습니다.
무서운 새끼잖아.
서영사장, 이거 어떻게 해?
꿈도 좋아, 우리 허중세 아저씨. 청와대에 좀 더 있어줘야겠네.
He's so lucky that there's a reason not to kill him yet.
체크해.
오늘 대국민 사과문 발표 이후 오히려 전국적으로 강요한 판사에 대한 지지 여론이
조준 제안은 고맙습니다. 아직 시기가 이른 것 같습니다. 죄송합니다.
Is he making the public hungry for him as president?
뚜렷한 대권 후보가 없었던 야당들 사이에서 강요한 판사를 발빠르게 영입하려는 경쟁이 시작돼 이후 강요한 판사의 행보에 많은 사람들이 주목하고 있습니다.
That was such an abrupt ending to that song, because usually like this would be the end of the episode, but no. Where the hell are we going from here? We're only halfway through. It's very difficult as well because I don't see Kan Yo-han and Kim Go-eun reconciling. Okay.
수연이는 마지막 죽는 순간까지도 성당 화재 사건을 쫓고 있었어.
Yeah, but you can't use that as your ammunition to turn him against Kan Yo-han even more.
아니 근데 그 형사 아가씨한테 무슨 일이라도 생긴 거요?
아니에요. 그냥 확인할 게 좀 있어서요.
Probably it's best that he doesn't tell her because then something might happen to her. I doubt it, but better safe than sorry. He's about to discover something devastating, isn't he? This song has me on edge.
정요셉 씨 맞으시죠? 강요한 판사랑 일하는. 네,
No.
정요셉 씨. 정요셉 씨. 살려주십시오. 제발 먹구나. 왜 이러세요? 일어나세요. 그러면 새 집도 구해주고 먹고 살 수 있을 만큼 돈도 주겠다. 그래서 그렇게 했죠. 그런데 부끄럽습니다만
You copied the file. You looked.
이게 또 혹시 사본을 만들어 놓은 게 아니냐, 진짜 없냐, 저를 막 고문하는데 정말 이러다 죽겠다 싶어서 결국 실토하고 사본을 드렸습니다.
Like maybe I'm just resistant to it because as I've mentioned, I really want to believe that Kan Yo-han would not be the kind of person who murders his brother. But the problem is, if it wasn't him, if it wasn't Kan Yo-han, if someone was doing it in his name, aka Suna, for example, she might be holding that as a trump card in case he doesn't go down in any other way, even though we know that Kan Yo-han more had a tendency to use men and Suna more has a tendency to use women. But I still don't want to let my guard down in any way.
이 사람 이 차예요. 이 차요? 네.
Okay, well you have a license plate, that's something.
강요한
그럼 차량 번호 조회 지금 바로 가능할까요?
응. 내 제자 중 한 놈이 경찰청에 있다. 차량 등록 주소 확인해서 전화하마.
네.
I'm really worried about the Chief Justice guy because I'm worried that even if it doesn't immediately point to Kan Yo-han, that he might withhold the information or present it in a way that works with his agenda against Kan Yo-han simply because he feels that, oh, okay, so Kan Yo-han might not actually be responsible for that, but he's still a bad guy, so it's okay to kind of like not address the fact that you just accused him of murdering one person and severely injuring another. No, murdering two people actually, because it would imply his brother and Suna and Siona, not just Siona. I forgot.
그분은
진짜로 그럴 뿐입니다.
We're really never gonna find out.
조금만 기다려줘. 내가 강요한 정체 밝혀낼게. 이제 거의 다 왔어, 가은아.
Is the red on that book supposed to be blood? You're really going to this person's house on your own? Do you think that's a good idea? You think it's a good idea to enter the gates on your own? All of this is very concerning. And not the actions of someone with self-preservation instincts. Why would that door even be open? That's concerning. And who did you just injure? Is that the guy who murdered? Call the police? Okay. But my thing is now, this person has now conveniently been silenced before we can confirm whether he works for Kang Yo-han or not. You either need to leave or you need to call the police. You can't be lingering here. Maybe call Kang Yo-han and see if that's actually his number, because this all feels very convenient. Like, who wouldn't think to take the phone? Although, to be fair, he was startled, so he might have like forgotten to take it in the moment of running away. But still, like, it feels sloppy to leave evidence like that behind, and it's such clear evidence.
여보세요.
Calm down. Like, he could have very easily, they could have planted the number there. Okay. I sound insane. I sound like someone who's just trying to make him into not being the villain. But we know Suna. We know she's very capable. So unfortunately, it's very likely that she is setting all of this up to frame him, because someone could very easily entered his number, called him, and, you know, made it look as if they're conspiring. Just because he picked up doesn't really mean anything, but unfortunately I think it is going to mean a lot to Gaon, who we now know is unfortunately very naive still.
여보세요.
Because does that sound like the voice of someone who knows who he's talking to? How many times is this poor man gonna cry?
혼란한 틈에 우리 재판부를 제거하려 했던 거야. 세상을 구하고 싶다면 윤수연을 네 인생에서 끊어내라.
Thing is, that's why I understand why Gaon is being swayed, and so frustrating, because I'm just holding on to hope, even though if I were in his situation I would be feeling exactly the way he's feeling, because everything that Kang Yo-han is saying indicates that he could very easily have done it. The thing is, everything he's done has been to save people that he cares for from getting hurt, and I do believe he cared for Gon. I just don't see him doing this. It would feel out of character in my opinion.
영원히 벗어날 수 없는 무간주. 이런 짓을 저지른 놈들도 지옥 불 속에서 불타게 만들어. 그게 지옥 속에서 살 수 있는 유일한 방법이다.
red lighting is murdering me like right now. Oh? Oh! I didn't think he would confront him. Oh! Damn!
후회하지 않을 자신 있나? 난 네가 원한다면 죽어줄 수 있다. 하지만 넌 후회하게 될 거야. 평생.
당신이 수영이 죽였잖아.
건아,
You need
난
to
지금 아픈
explain.
거야. 너무나 아파서 누군가를 탓하고 싶은 거다.
That is not the words of someone who's innocent. Though to be fair, he is emotionally stunted. We know this. He struggled to talk to a teenager, which is hard under normal circumstances, but he was particularly bad at it.
당신 양도 당신이 죽였어. 뭐? 정요셉한테서 뺏은 영상 거기에 뭐가 있었지? 성당에 불을 지르는 당신 모습? 아!
They need to have this conversation.
요셉을 만난 거야?
No! You leave him alone. Just get out. Get out. They need to have this conversation and you have meddled enough. I'm so tired of them keeping this information from us. Wait, is this man stupid? What? He was about to walk in on Kim Ga-eun potentially having murdered Kan Yo-han. What was his plan then? Like, none of this makes any sense. Did he not coordinate with Kim Ga-eun? Did he just happen to decide to go and arrest Kan Yo-han at that exact moment, so he would have accidentally discovered Kim Ga-eun murdering Kan Yo-han? Is that what's happened? Because if not, you're very lucky that the person that you've been trying to protect, supposedly, for the entire show didn't end up murdering Kan Yo-han, because it was very close. Sorry, the emotions just ran away with me.
당장 가온이한테서 떨어져.
That's a look of betrayal, but again, nothing like it couldn't have been coordinated because then it doesn't make any sense.
김가온.
You're the devil? I didn't think I would ever hate the sound of heels on floors as much as I do right now.
눈물겹다 진짜.
너
도련님 그런 눈빛 처음 보는데.
당신이 어떻게 여기에...
오셨습니까, 이사장님?
Ah, wonderful. You know, the only thing that would fix this in my eyes is if Kim Ga-eun realizes that this guy was led astray by Suna, so he stages like a rescuing damsel in distress revolution type thing to get Kang Yo-han out of prison. That I would be all here for. I don't think we're gonna get that, unfortunately. It seems very much like everything is going downhill right now, and I don't know how this is possibly gonna get fixed. But that for me would be the Disney fairy tale ending that I would need from the show right now to justify all the emotional pain I'm going through.
법관 윤리 강령을 준수하며 국민에게 봉사하는 마음가짐으로 직무를 성실히 수행할 것을 엄숙히 선서합니다.
So sad, because the warning signs were kind of there from the start, with him even being willing to throw Kim Go-eun into this situation in the first place if he was genuinely always so convinced that Kang Yo-han was a bad person. Oh, the music in the show is so good. I'm getting distracted by it. But how do you, like, yeah, I was about to say, is she blackmailing or using him? How is she controlling him?
내가 외롭게 만들어주겠다고 했지, 도련님.
Is he about to pass out? It kind of seemed like. Yeah, and if you had just controlled your emotions for a little bit, you might have been able to see that. And I don't know if it's too late now.
조작이야.
Yeah.
강요한 짓이 아니에요.
Yeah, but who are you appealing to? She has control of everyone in the room.
요셉을 고문해서 CCTV 영상을 빼앗은 그 남자가 도련님 부하가 아니었지. 사실은 내가 보낸 자였어. 이 정선아가.
Let's see what the video says or shows. The problem is he's too curious to throw this away, which is sad, because even though I think, like, obviously whatever is on the CCTV is what's on the CCTV, but we don't know the context, and I would hesitate to view anything that might make me feel any type of way in front of someone like Suna, who will use the emotions that she sees to her advantage. Light went off.
엄마 가자.
Yeah, so it literally was an accident. Or it wasn't? Because I can't figure out if he meant to do that. Kind of seems like maybe he did. Like he meant to incite her to start a fire, but I don't think she bumped into the candles on purpose. No. No, don't come down. She's gonna come down. I am gonna have to murder Suna through the screen. I don't know, I'll figure out a way. And this is kind of where I have to call out the accomplices here who's holding Kang Yo-han down while all of this happens. This is torturous. Like, this is not them just doing their jobs. So the fact that they're complying in this farce, it should really make them question themselves, and I hope they don't sleep at night, because this is not procedure. There's nothing they can tell themselves that I personally think could justify them standing by and watching her abuse these two bystanders like this emotionally. This is exactly what she wanted. I just hate that Kim Go-eun was just standing there doing nothing. You know what would be great right now is if one of them had an amazing platform that they could live stream all of this abuse on. But no, that is unfortunately just something that the president has.
그러네.
Oh, don't you dare cry, you frickin'... I don't even have words to describe her, really. What are you grabbing? Oh, yeesh, for a moment I thought she was gonna frickin' hit Kim Go-eun over the head with something, which would have just been the icing on the cake.
나는 그 순간 죽기로 마음먹었다.
Oh, great, because that's the only thing that was missing from this tragedy. Oh no, go back to color. Can you imagine the entire last episode being in black and white until something changes? Please no. Well, calling that rough would be an understatement. Surprised? I didn't really cry. I think I was too angry to cry for the majority of this. I'm gonna try and have faith that somehow this is gonna be wrapped up in the final episode, because they always impress and amaze me with the amount of things that they manage to pack into a single episode. It's so difficult because I'm so sad for Kan Yo-han and Ilya, and I'm struggling because a part of me is so disappointed with Kim Go-eun's inaction, but another part of me can't help but pity him because he acted as if he had nothing left to lose. He was extremely reckless in how he handled the situation with trying to discover Siona's death, cause of death. And I think this entire scene just made him realize that no, he had many things left to lose, and because of his own actions, combined with obviously Suna, who is very much to blame for everything, he's just lost the only two things that he actually still valued, that he didn't, I think, even think about. I think he thought that he'd already lost them as much as he could lose them, only to realize that no, it could always be worse. I don't know, part of me is dreading this final episode, and part of me just so badly wants to watch it, because I either want this to be resolved, or I want to get the final pain of everything just being for naught over as quickly as possible. Like, one or the other way. I just feel like, ripping a band-aid off, it might be easier if I just watch this as soon as possible. But yeah, it was a fantastic episode. So painful, but really, really good. So anyway, I don't know, we shall see. I might change my tune by the end of this because the show is very good with like playing with how you view things. But yeah, still, I hope you guys enjoyed it despite my rants, and I'll see you guys again next time. ZHANG.